court documents that the University of Nigeria Nsukka UNN never issued him a degree certificate as court rejects minister's bid to block the school from releasing academic records. And later on the show, Dangote Refinery hails President Tinubu for his timely intervention in the industrial dispute with the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengasan. Well, I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Gani Kaidi Balogun. GKB Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. After much political turmoil, peace appears to be returning to Rivers State and efforts are ongoing to consolidate the process. This is apparent as the state's governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has intensified efforts to sustain the peace restored in the state after over 2 years of political tension. As part of measures to consolidate the calm atmosphere in the oil-rich state, Governor Fubara met again with his predecessor and now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Nyesom Wike, alongside a group of political leaders loyal to the FCT minister. The closed-door meeting took place at the Port Harcourt residence of elder statesman Ferdinand Alabrabra. During the session, Governor Fubara directed commissioners affected by the Supreme Court judgment on the political crisis in the state to step aside, while 8 others unaffected by the ruling have since resumed official duties. Okay, Biko. I saw pictures of the meeting, but in your opinion, do you think this meeting signals genuine reconciliation towards lasting peace between all parties?
Yeah, it is very clear at this stage. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. At this stage, it is very clear that Fubara is determined to honor his own side of the bargain. It's not difficult to know when someone is sincere. One of the first steps he took, immediately, not long after the president put an end to the state of emergency, was to visit the president, seek his advice on how to go about things, so that the sort of political logjam that we experienced, which eventually led to the declaration of emergency rule, will not happen again. And after meeting with the president, he declared to journalists that he would honor his side of the bargain. I was committed to lasting peace. And he said something that stuck to my head. He said, peace is cheaper than war.
Sure.
Many people do not realize this. But I know that even the Israelis and the Hamas guys, 2 groups of people who appear caused to be waging a war. They know in their hearts that peace is much cheaper than warfare. So he said that, and after that, he went on, because he was earlier accused of not implementing the judgment of the courts. First, the judgment of Justice Omotosho, which from the beginning showed clearly who was the authentic Speaker of the House. He refused to obey that judgment and continued to delay, looking for a way to create a logjam. But in the end, he couldn't achieve his aim, and judgment came, and that judgment affirmed that the Martin and Mewule faction of the House was the authentic faction. This was the same judgment that Justice Omotosho handed down, that he refused to obey and continued to play all kinds of games, edged on by career troublemakers who were only interested in the money they can make as a result of the trouble in Rivers State. Now, once he got back to work, all the commissioners that were cleared by the Uche Jumbo-led
the
three-man House of Assembly, in line with the order of the court, with the pronouncement of the Apex Court, he sacked them. He had a final session with them, and he decided to salama them in the language of our friends in the north and our Muslim brothers. He salamaed them, he allowed them to go. So now that's a good sign that he is ready to obey the judgment of the court and is ready for peace. Remember, before he took that decision, the House of Assembly, led by Martin Amewule, said they will not have anything to do with him. They will not attend meetings called by him if he did not dissociate himself from certain individuals. This, they were referring to people that he brought in to his administration. So now he's asked those people to go, because a three-man House of Assembly is the height of madness. You cannot, nowhere in the world. I challenged them. And some of the people that I challenged, they are still watching me now. Because in Nigeria, people pitch their tents against the truth. If the truth does not favor them, to them you must be politically correct. And some of us said, no, we can't be politically correct. Those who want to be politically correct on all issues, good luck to them. But if it is the truth, some of us will say it. You understand? So those who want to be politically correct, it's up to them to continue to live that kind of life. For me, I have not been brought up in that way. So now he has decided that, okay, let those people go. He's ready now to work with Nyesom Wike. All we want to see now is for both groups, both sets of people, to remain humble, let no one step outside of his line.
Absolutely, very key.
It can be really risky. If you are driving on top mainland bridge, you are moving from one lane to another. Eventually, somebody will hit you from behind. You have to be disciplined, stay in your lane. So this is the thing. We expect the Minister of FCT to calm down, so behave responsibly in this matter. Fubara too has to respect his political godfather, whether he likes it or not. That is the person who made him governor. So to that extent, we can describe him as his political godfather. As long as things remain like that, they won't have any problem. And you see, just like the song I sang the other day that people were talking about, you see, those guys who are always singing songs, sometimes you find merit in what they are singing. So
Somebody
those,
must be
no, not even that one. They are saying, no, be cho. Fubara na governor, no be cho. Wike na leader. So they are saying, look, Wike is the leader. Fubara is the governor. So now, I mean, for me, the signs are good.
Okay.
Now, but it needs both camps to be totally committed to peace. That means peace in your utterances. You must watch your utterances. Wike has already said he's not interested in who becomes commissioner. If you ask me, I don't think he's saying the truth. But if he says that is the thing, it is good if you give the governor some level of free hand to operate. There's no way you won't have some people that you want.
True.
So that is the thing.
True.
So,
I mean, how does this latest meeting reflect the progress of the peace process in Rivers State? I mean, the governor went in there alone and just to meet with the minister and his team.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, he alone is responsible for keeping his job. Don't forget, for 6 months, he was out of office. And knowing the black man's passion for doing the impossible, a lot of people were pushing him to go forward and confront his godfather, will have fallen by the wayside.
Sure.
The Yorubas have a saying that it's difficult for me to translate. It simply means that if your enemy faces you, shoot him. If he turns his back to you, shoot him. But when you are alone, adjust your thoughts. Now, what's best for me is one thing for you to lead cheerleaders. People who think that they have your best interests. But ultimately, the onus is on you. I think that's the reality that Fubara is now living with. That's why both his body language and the way he speaks reflects that reality. They are fine. I shoot my shots, as they say in America. I missed. Now I must eat the humble pie. Either with raisins or with sugar. Doesn't matter. An humble pie is still an humble pie. So I think he's doing the right things, sending out the right messages. There will be hiccups along the line, of course. That's to be expected. Because the other side will try and push his buttons. Try to see whether they can get a little bit more. There are things that they agree to. But I think if he maintains his composure, as he's doing right now, I think he will weather this storm. But like I said, this is going to continue for the next few months. By then, he will now eat his stride. Because everybody will run out of things to talk about. Right now, the other side, the house may be saying, somebody destroyed our chambers. It must be rebuilt. Somebody stole our cars. It must be replaced. But sooner or later, all these will be...
Our salaries was not paid. But let me ask you, if you're a fly on the wall, at that meeting, what do you think was discussed?
Basically, the things that were listed in the peace agreement, things that the governor needed to do, things that the wicked camp needed to do. Don't forget the local government election is gone. So that particular area has been taken out. So, and that to me is the fundamental problem. Fubara wanted control of the local government administration.
Yes.
But
that's the political structure,
that's
basically.
That's the first thing he targeted. And that's what led to whatever is happening right now. That one is off the table. So whatever is on the table is basically things that can be resolved in a broader level. Don't forget, they were together for 8 years. It's not that he fell from heaven. They were together in the same administration. He was a key figure in the Wike administration for 8 years. So no matter how bad things are, he will still have sympathizers. And those that he believes will listen to him and things that to say. But like I said, the humble pie he's sitting right now is not going to go away very soon. He's going to be around for a little bit. So his job, and those who are close to him, is to take it in his stride. In another 6 months or so, everything that happened will be a thing of the past. And they can now eat his stride.
Absolutely.
Whatever things he thinks he's planning to do as governor for the Rivers people, can now do it unaccompanied by the political uncertainty.
All right, I mean, okay, because what lessons do you think can be learned from, can other politically divided states can learn from this Wike Fubara reconciliation efforts? What are the lessons to be learned?
Well, godfathers and godsons always disagree. It's not a new thing.
It's not new.
Okay. His case will not be the last, and it was not the first. But as a governor, you must get your politics right. I always say this.
Get your politics.
You must get your politics right. Yorubas have a saying that ọmọdé ò bá tètè ẹkú dà kì í béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá ẹ̀. That a child does not demand to know the sort of death that claimed his father's life until he has been able to lay his hand on a machete.
Okay.
So if I suspect that you took my father's life, for example, until I am harmed enough
Yes.
to be able to avenge that death, I do not go to you to ask you that, tell me
What happened?
what happened. So he was not politically strong enough to be able to take on
That kind of battle.
his very
That's structure.
influential, strong political godfather. Most people don't fight such fight during the first term. No, you play the fool until such a time when you know that yes, this is an auspicious time to take on this fellow. He showed his political naivety, and we kept talking about it,
Yes.
but he preferred to listen to the conflict entrepreneurs eager to make money out of the crisis in the state, and they made a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Just shouting, just misadvising the man, telling him to disregard the judiciary. But at the end of the day, I always said that they had reached a point of no return, that only the judiciary can resolve that matter. I was saying it from the first day. I knew they would not be able to reconcile them because he had made up his mind to listen to the other side. And in the end, it was the judiciary that put an end to the nonsense that was going on. 3-man House of Assembly. And I said, show me a parallel anywhere in the world. They can't show me.
Absolutely.
Coming to TV to argue blindly, or sitting before equally ignorant, untrained journalists is not
All right,
what we
gentlemen.
want to see. Let's focus on the truth, and the truth will set us free.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, straight to our next conversation. A fresh storm of controversy is rocking the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu. The Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Naji, has been caught in an alleged certificate forgery scheme with the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, disowning the Bachelor of Science degree certificate he submitted to the Senate during his screening in August 2023. In his curriculum vitae submitted to the Senate, including his degree and NYC certificates, the minister told the lawmakers that he graduated from UNN with a BSc in biochemistry and microbiology and underwent his one-year mandatory NYC service in Jos Plateau State. While the university insisted that the minister dropped out of the institution without completing his studies, Naji denied he forged his degree certificates. Meanwhile, civil society organizations like the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, and Transparency International Nigeria are mounting pressure on the minister to resign from his cabinet position over the alleged certificate forgery and apologize to the nation. BK, latest report says that the minister, he admitted in a court document, and that the UNN did not issue the certificate. But BK, talk to me, how do you weigh in on this matter?
It's a very straightforward matter.
Straightforward?
Extremely straightforward.
No ambiguity.
There is no cho about this. It's a very straightforward matter. If some of the pieces of information flying around in the public space are as damning and literally conclusive as we can see them, the honorable thing to do for the minister, if he does not have a strong and counter evidence, the honorable thing for him to do is to resign. He shouldn't wait for the president to get involved. He shouldn't wait for the president to get involved. Public office is not a do or die thing. Things don't have to get this bad before people do the right thing. This is my opinion. The collateral damage to the government will be a very bad one.
The integrity.
If this young man if this is not really young, if this gentleman does not step aside, I think he needs to do that. And if he does that, many people will respect him, because the feeling in our country is that, oh, people don't resign, people don't give up their positions. But that shouldn't stop anyone who can see that he has found himself in a dead end from throwing in the towel. I mean, there are many ways by which you can skin a cat.
Okay.
This matter has been on for more than 2 years. Well, you see, at least it's been on since 2023. But if you accuse the UNN in paragraphs 12 and 13 of your 34 paragraph verifying affidavit of refusing to issue you a certificate, the question then is, where did you get the one
that you submitted,
that you are parading? The one that you took before the
Senate committee,
the Senate, before the SGF. Where did you get that one? It's just similar to what Natasha and her lawyers did the other day. The same people had been claiming that they had a judgment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
And in their 30 grounds
Of appeal. They admitted.
Number 16 of the 30 grounds accused the judge of abdicating her responsibility by not ordering my recall. Oh, so you knew all along that she didn't order your recall, but you misled people, you lied to journalists, and journalists who should be ashamed of themselves, who knew that that didn't transpire in open court. They were happy to mislead Nigerians. That, there is an order, they didn't follow order. A judge expressed an opinion and you call that an order.
It's not possible.
People who claim to have gone through law school, trained lawyers, who will not be happy to be described as charge and bail, they too were promoting the false sentiment that there was an order to recall. So this is the situation. It's very similar. Because in our job, we must have an eye for the spoken and the written word. The written word in the affidavit says they refused to give me certificate. Okay, fair enough. Where did you get the one that you are parading? So it's so easy. That's why interpretatively, journalists are saying, oh, he has admitted. Because whatever you file before a court becomes a public document. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
The same way that we looked at the 30 grounds of appeal, of Natasha's appeal, and discovered
They admitted that.
the elevated lie, elevated hypocrisy that we saw. It's the same way that it's the same way we are saying it here. Because Justice Hawa eventually said, okay, I'm not granting an interim order stopping them from tampering with your academic records, because the school reserves the right.
Absolutely.
The same school, and that is where I think heads should roll even in UNN. Because earlier, people had been led to believe that she passed through the school and got a certificate. But the registrar recanted later on to say, oh, we've checked the academic records in respect of the 1985 graduates, and we cannot find his name. So what happened? You are saying, oh, it was a mistake. We say, how? How will a mistake happen? If I wanted to find out, I don't know the university that you went to. If I wanted to find out now whether you passed through that school or not, they should be able to give me a conclusive
Absolutely.
evidence whether you passed through the university or not. Not to give me an information
And now,
only to recount later on that no, that thing that we gave you, that piece of information that we gave you is not correct. We have checked thoroughly now and we have discovered that
that's a
it's
crime
not in
on
our
its
record.
own.
Oh, that's the
That's
thing.
a crime on its own.
So it makes sense. It shouldn't take so long for us to find closure to this matter. And there are many brilliant people who can fill this position.
From the same zone.
That's what once the president settles down, I mean, I don't even expect the president to intervene because it's too
It's too straightforward.
yes.
It's open and close.
I mean, but talking, how do you think the president should respond to this? The president, the DSI, the anti-corruption agency, how do you think they should respond to this?
Well, we are going to hold, before we get to the president, we have to hold three people responsible. The registrar of UNN, those who cleared the man to become minister. I'm talking about the security services.
Oh, okay.
Because normally you don't get to that level without them giving you a security
Yeah, they will do
clearance.
background check,
Don't forget
verification.
a particular man that thought he was already a minister until his security report came out. I cannot be a minister. So we have to look at that level, 3 levels. But the most important one before we get to the president is Mr. Nnaji himself and his sense of propriety and his sense of honor. Personally, it's not the first minister that will catch with their hand in the jar. There was a minister through Obasanjo's tenure that was disgraced out. Don't forget Kemi Adeosun's case.
Yes.
But this one is more fundamental because this is the qualification that was not even required to be a minister.
Okay, yes.
You don't even need
yes.
you see,
don't even
if you
need
have
the
a secondary school.
Secondary school is
certificate,
enough.
they are good to go.
Yes.
If you know there's a comma on top of
I
your
don't know why
qualification,
people do this.
why must you use it? All you need is a G4 because the same thing that qualifies you to be a House of Member rep, that qualifies you to
To
be
be a minister.
Just show proof that you
You
went
went
to
to a secondary school.
and you are home and free.
Good to go.
This our portion for adding or padding, as they say, is be the death of a lot of
Beefing
people.
up our CV.
I don't understand what do you have to prove when the law that gives you this job was very clear. Secondary school. So
They've
this
made
is
it easy for you.
Yeah.
It's not
This is
complicated.
This is self-implication.
Yes,
on the part of
it's
the
self-inflicted injury.
Self-inflicted injury. But also the DSS also did some sort of background check when he submitted his credentials to the Senate.
That means,
Should they be held responsible too?
yeah, those whose duty it was to check
To vet,
everything
yeah.
thoroughly. What is the security clearance that we are talking about?
Exactly.
You have to look at the person's academic record. Did he go through the school? Look at what Premium Times is doing to this minister. They got even members of the cabinet, of this cabinet, who went to the same school, and they looked at their certificates, they saw that it was different. They got people who graduated
Same year.
Look at the NYC
Color.
certificate. I saw that it was different. Even Gige, they even brought on Gige certificate to check. Oh, is this how the certificate looks like? And you will see discrepancies. So that's why I said it's not. I don't want to talk too much on this matter,
Yeah, I get
but it's already a very straightforward matter. Unless he has cast iron evidence that we have not seen or that we are not entitled to, that he can present, that he can present, that will wash him clean. Like somebody baptized in the Jordan River. Honestly, this is a straightforward
It's a
matter.
straightforward
He can
matter.
just say, well, Mr. President, thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve.
And go.
And go home. Now,
And whatever happens after.
you know, but the problem with us Nigerians is that People are not committed to the truth anymore.
Oh, okay.
If you rape an individual now, those who like you,
We'll stand
they
by
will
it.
not talk about it. No, they
Exactly.
won't talk, they will be quiet. All the so-called politically induced activists, women,
society.
gender activists, women activists, all of them. If you rape an individual now, if you are somebody that they like, they will not talk about it. Everybody will keep quiet. That is political correctness, that when you now come before your God, you won't be able to defend.
Absolutely.
I don't know how some Nigerians think.
Some would even come to protest in support of the
I
person.
said, no, they will not protest in support. They will behave like it
They
didn't
didn't see
happen. No, they know things that they can't defend, though.
They just keep
No,
quiet.
they will not.
rather just
They will just keep quiet. That is what we see.
All right, gentlemen. We need to pay some bills. We need to take a breather right now. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away. It's still journalist Hangout.
The Renewed Hope Initiative RHI presents the RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow. This national competition is in 3 categories. The household category is a tree planting competition amongst 11 frontline states in northern Nigeria. Each participating household in Adamawa, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara states will plant a minimum of 1 tree to qualify, with a video evidence of before and after the tree planting exercise. 20 million naira would be awarded to the best household. Submission deadline is 20th December 2026. Community category will see local governments, local communities, schools, and NGOs reclaim and transform degraded or abandoned areas such as dump sites, landfills, parks, and their likes into green, vibrant gardens, parks, and eco-friendly spaces. 50 million naira would be awarded to the overall best community group. Deadline for submission is 15th July 2026. States category will have all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, excluding Enugu State, have a chance to address the growing threats to environmental sustainability and cleanliness. States will be judged based on the number of trees planted on major roads and inner streets and how clean they are. 100 million naira will be awarded to the best performing state. Already, Enugu State has 100 million naira for being RHI's model green state due to its greenery and cleanliness. Video evidence must be submitted by participating states on or before 20th December 2026. All entries must be directed to RHI Office, State House, Abuja, or email rhi.greenchallenge@statehouse.gov.ng. RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow.
In the beating heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodimma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. At Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point, oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small wind where they carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
The game is changing, consumers are winning, businesses are serving, every consumer needs.
Yes, every business must play fair and deliver what they promise. Never promise the world and deliver a village. FCCPC, promoting choice, ensuring fairness.
All right, if you just joined us, it's still Journalist Hangout. I still have BKO right here and GKB. All right, straight to our next conversation. It's different strokes for different folks as the economy continues to rebound in Nigeria. Amidst lowering food prices in the country, households are gearing up for a shortage of cooking gas. This is because the price of refilling a 12.5 kilogram cylinder of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas, has increased to 25,000 naira from 17,500 naira. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Association of Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers, Basi Essien, told journalists that distribution of the product was disrupted by the recent industrial action by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengason. It was also reported that many gas plants without the products were shut down in places like Lagos, making consumers to move from one place to another in search of gas. Meanwhile, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL, Bayo Julari, has assured that the issue will be resolved soon. Let's hear from him.
I think it was quite unfortunate that the Dangote and Pengason issue, led to the strike. And as you know, whenever there's strike and critical staff manning critical facilities are not available, it's almost impossible. In this particular case, we actually lost significant production of almost over 200,000 barrels per day of production that was deferred. We also have gas production that was deferred, and power generation also was impacted. About 1.2 megawatts of power was affected by that strike. But I think I'm very pleased that the federal government, through the leadership of the Federal Minister for Labor and also full support from the National Security Advisor, we're able to pull together everyone into a dialogue and bring everybody to the table. And now there's been a communique that has been agreed on the way forward. We're all very hopeful that everyone will abide by those communiques. So since then, we've been able to return quite a number of the production back to status quo. There are one or two areas where we're still trying to catch up. But overall, we are gradually gone back to restore the lost production and the deferments that we have as of today. The increase you saw was relatively artificial because, for the period of the strike, what that meant was that quite movements and loading were delayed by about 2-3 days, right? And because of that, you see that impact. As things return back to normal, it takes some time for distribution to be fully restored. So that delay, and of course, as you know, with Nigerians, people take opportunity. With that delay, some of the people that have existing resources and reserves had to put up the price. My expectation is that now that things are back to normal, prices should return back to what they were before the strike.
All right, let's come in the conversation. I mean, when was the last time you filled your cooking gas?
That would be last week.
That would be last week?
That would be 1,000 something.
Okay, because I'm supposed to fill mine this week and I'm scared. But talk to me, what were the main factors? Looking at what the NNPCGC said.
Mr. Julari has said everything. I think it's correct. We are our own worst enemies. I'm talking about Nigerians. We exploit any opportunity to oppress our fellow men. It's a problem that I don't even know how to situate. We know there will be shortfall. That's why we said on this program that critical stakeholders, things that can impact the common people, things that can impact the flow of our resources, should not be in the hand of some unions. It's dangerous. Remember the Babangida case with the NEPA people during the June 12 problem. Because when something is critical to national security, you cannot be at the whims and caprices of unionists. There are things we need to do to protect our people. Because this difference, 6,000, will wreck some houses. Some houses will not be able to afford this. That means they will go into debt going forward. They will be carrying over and carrying over. Simply because a man who used to use 25 kg will now have to resort back to 6 kg. We don't think of ourselves. We think of how to make money right now at the expense of our people. That to me is the criminal aspect. That some people are not in, some people are not under arrest right now. It's part of the price you pay for democracy. Because you and I know, if this were to be under the military, heads will roll. Because you do not, because of put every other Nigerian in jeopardy. Heard what the man said?
Yes.
Affected gas, 200,000 barrels per day. That's a shortfall if our budget is based on that. Somebody must pay for that. Don't also forget that Nigeria problem of greed is that those who have the supply decided that because it's now scarce, they have to add more money. When the original suppliers have done no such thing. That to me is criminal.
Do you agree with what he said?
Yeah, Nigerians are opportunistic people. Once they see an opportunity to make money, they do it. Not all Nigerians are guilty of this, but so many Nigerians in business are guilty of it. And I'm just happy and reassured by the words of the NNPCL CEO that things will return to normal. We want to see things return to normal. A kilogram of gas that used to sell for 1,800 naira now sells at the rate of 3,500. That is a very significant leap that many people can cope with. And you know, in the past, people used to cook their meals with firewood, with stove. But we are the ones who said we should go for clean energy. And now a lot of people, especially in urban centers, will rather use gas, which is good for us. The felling of trees at least will reduce.
Exactly.
Because these trees help us to weather the storms. We're talking about flooding in the different parts of the country. Those trees are our first defense against such natural calamities. But our people don't know. Our people don't know. So I just hope that in a few days, things will return to normal. But we even still need to do our best to ramp up gas production, domestic gas, cooking gas production, because a lot of the IOCs are producing for export rather than prioritizing local demand. The minister, I remember the Minister of State for Petroleum Gas,
yes.
You know, he pleaded with them some time ago. They need to listen to our plea. Cooking gas is too expensive in our country. And it is a function of demand. If we produce enough, we saturate the market,
prices will
come down. You know, so let them dedicate a substantial portion of what they produce for local the local market.
Like it's not over the world.
Yes, so that our people have greater access to it, and by implication, the price will come down. So hopefully, a matter of this pain will go.
All right, we need to go on another break. And when we return, the conversation continues. Don't go away.
Every year, floods destroy homes, farmlands, and livelihoods across Nigeria. The National Orientation Agency urges every Nigerian to take practical steps to reduce the risk of flooding in our communities. Flooding is preventable. Take action today to protect your home and community. Dispose of waste properly. Keep draining paths clear. Avoid building on flood-prone areas. Report illegal dumping of waste. Participate in community sanitation. Listen for early warning alerts. This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency.
Coleman wires and cable. Great quality. Now with the new look.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point o.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point, oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as sure banker. Progress na small wind wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go Bible.
Victor, even you dey use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money point, made for your progress.
All right, welcome back. It's still journalist Hangout as we move straight to our final conversation. After a worrisome dispute, a breeze of industrial harmony is blowing through the oil and gas sector. The Dangote Petroleum Refineries expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for his role in resolving the dispute between the refinery and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASN. It also commended Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, the Minister of Labour and Employment and other top government officials who played various roles in the resolution of what it described as the disruptive actions of PENGASN against the refinery. While thanking Nigerians for their supportive voices and words of encouragement, the refinery assured the people that it will not relent in serving the nation faithfully and diligently through uninterrupted production of petroleum products. Okay, Abigail, Dangote Refinery is thanking the president. I mean, tell me, what specific role did the president and his team play in facilitating the resolution between, you know, the problem between Dangote and PENGASN?
Yeah, the president's team, led by the Minister of Labour and the Minister of Finance, they played a key role. They led the charge to find a solution to this problem. If it was left to Dangote and the PENGASN people, they will still be on strike now, because neither side was willing to bow to the other. And ultimately, the NSA, the DSS DG, even from the time when the matter was simply between Peng and Dangote, they got involved and they were able to extract commitment on both sides. I'm happy that Dangote realizes the efforts made by the Tinubu administration, by those ministers, to have this matter resolved. Because Otherwise, it will still be in. And I don't think that for a refinery that still has a lot of bills to pay,
yes,
that you can afford to go on strike for long. Nobody wants to see that.
True.
It is disruptive and it is dangerous. And I appreciate what the Vice President said today, that the Dangote refinery is a Nigerian asset, and that no effort should be spared to keep it alive, because if we treat Dangote shabbily, the rest of the world will see us as bad people.
Investor confidence.
And he was saying, look, if this man took this money and invested in big corporations abroad, by now he will be much richer than he is at this time. But he chose to invest in this country, and we have to give him credit for that. He's going to build another port now in Ogun State. He's building another cement plant.
Yes.
He's leaving Nigeria now to build a fertilizer plant in Ethiopia.
Oh.
So this man is an institution. That's the way the Vice President described it. And I see you need to, if you are privileged to speak with Dangote for like 10 minutes, he will say to you things that nobody can teach you in Harvard. Yes. You have an opportunity, a real opportunity to talk to a fantastic business brain. He is so knowledgeable, you think he's a professor of economics. Honestly. So he's the sort of person who comes once in a generation.
True. A generational talent.
Yes, so we need to help him. We need to help him. These disruptions are not necessary.
Exactly.
And I'm happy that at least we have peace. And he too has to manage his staff competently. You know, I appreciate the fact that he keeps do you know that Dangote outside the federal government is the biggest builder of roads in Nigeria?
Yeah. That's bricks. Yeah.
Okay.
Roads.
Okay.
Yeah. So he is so useful to us as a country. Forget what people are saying about, his business practices are negative. This and that. People will say about even Lekki.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, all the way to his refinery. So, and across the country is doing roads.
All right, but your final take on this one.
Like Jide said, it's very important to protect our investors. We are not the first country to have super investors.
Yes.
The history of America is built solely on the activities of super investors, like Ford, people who did the car.
You have to protect them.
You have to protect them. Because it's not about the individual, it's about the future of our country.
Absolutely.
Now, as terrible as Mengistu was in Ethiopia, Mengistu, he didn't move near Ethiopian Airlines.
Because that is their assets.
That is the country. That is the highest revenue generating entity in their country. Absolutely. He didn't go near the place. As mad as he was, he didn't go there. So, because today, look at where Ethiopia ranks among the airlines of the world.
Yes.
Today, if Boeing produces a brand new jetliner, they will be among the highest people to demand for it.
But anyway, thank you so much, gentlemen. GKB. Thank you so much. I love your outfits. Looking all the regalia.
The coronation regalia.
The coronation regalia.
The coronation mood.
I'm still in the coronation mood now.
Really, the coronation mood.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Exactly. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thanks.
And that's it on Journalist Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We are on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.
Our people, our nation. Look how far we've come together in the past 65 years.
Growth and endless national possibilities.
Our fashion has become a global statement of our creativity.
Our culture and cuisine remains rich and diverse.
Our Afrobeats